Hello, welcome to Just Prime. So as part of this video, we are going to understand a new class called scanner. So this is one of the very important class which can be useful to read the inputs from the user. Okay, so let's jump into the simple program. So how to understand this scanner class and how we are going to use it. Okay, so let me create a simple Java program. So before going to Java program, so what we are trying to understand as part of this video. So we are going to understand what is a scanner class, how we are going to use it, and what is the main advantage of this scanner class, and with some of the examples we are going to understand it. Okay, let me create a simple class called scanner demo, and I'm going to select public static void main so that it will generate the default method. Let me clear out the comment it out. Okay. So far, right? So if you see a previous example, so how we are going to give the inputs? So we are just trying to hard code over here, right? Everywhere we are trying to give the hard code. So now say for instance, I don't want to hard code this kind of inputs. I want to give the inputs at the runtime when my program is executing. So user want to give the inputs. So how we are going to do with that scenario? So that scenario can be handled with the help of scanner class. So first let me download the scanner. Let me import the scanner class. So you can write here scanner and you can type the control spacebar, you will get it scanner. So basically the scanner class is part of a java.util package, so you can import it. So the scanner is available in java.util.package. So I'm going to input scava. So this is a class and we need to create an object for this object for the scanner. So how we are going to create it? So this is very simple. We are going to use here a new keyword to create an object, and we need to pass the some of the input called as part of the constructor. So here what kind of input we need to pass as part of the constructor? So basically here what we are trying to do here, so we are trying to give input, right? So how we are going to input, how we are going to provide the input? So with the help of keyword, right? So if you want to connect to your keyboard, we have to use system dot, right? So there are many parameters available, many static parameters are available inside the system class. Many static parameters are available. If you see here, right, wherever you see S, so this is called as a static methods or parameters. So in our case, we are trying to use the in parameter. So this is one of the in parameter, and let me select it again. So this is one of the input stream which we can able to take the inputs from the keyboard. So this is one of the standard input stream which we can use it to take the inputs from the keyboard, and that will come to your program at runtime. So that's what we are using here, system.in. So now our system object is ready. So now the next step is how we are going to use it. So this is the first step. So how we are going to create an object with the help of a scanner class and by passing the system.in as a input as part of the constructor. So this step is ready, object is ready. Next step is reading the data. Say for instance, now I want to read some of the input details from the user. Say for instance, name, city, and age. So these are the three parameters, three details I want to read it from the user when the program is executing. Okay, so before going to this requirement, so let me show you the what are the methods are available in this object. Sc dot. If you see here, right, so there are many number of methods are available, right? So we are interested in next. So wherever you see next, right, so there are many methods are available. Next, there is one method which will return as a string, and next boolean it will return as a boolean. Next integer it will return as an integer, right? Byte. So you can able to read almost all possible types of primitive data types from the inputs. So first we will try to understand the first and so most important some of the methods are next. So the next, basically whenever you are trying to use this next method, what will happen, So basically it will return or it will read string from the user. So let me create. So basically this is the um, method we are trying to use it next, and this method will take from the user one word. If you give any space after the word, that will be ignored it. So let me run and let me show you. So let me enter here. Yes, this is the one. So whatever user is trying to enter the input, so I'm trying to store the value into string input value and I'm trying to display it. So before displaying this value, what I want to do, I want to ask the input from the user. Please enter input something like that. Please enter input. So that user will see this text and it will wait the program will wait for user input. Then when once user is provided the input, so that will be saved into the input variable, and that we are going to display finally back to the console. So that's what we are trying to do here. So one of the first method we are trying to understand next. So let me run it. So it is asking please enter input. So I'm going to give just and press enter. So you can see here this is the input and the program is received the input into the input variable, and we can able to print that value as part of our console output. So now let me rerun again the same program. So again I just rerun again. So it is asking input. Now let me space. So basically I try to enter here two words, just space prime and press enter. If you observe this program very closely, right, so basically I entered here just prime, but the program has taken only just and it ignored after that. So this is the one of the use case of the next. So whenever you are trying to use the next method, it will take only the first word. Whenever we are giving a space, so the remaining things will be ignored. So if you have any such kind of requirement, you can use it next. Say for instance, if you want to read full text including space or anything, so then you can use the next line. So there is another method called next line, and it also will return output as a string. See here next line, and it will return a string, and it will take including spaces, any extra characters, anything it will take. So now let me rerun again the same program. So now the program is waiting for user input. It is asking please provide the input. Just prime example program for scanner. Press enter. See here now it has taken everything including space and full sentence it has taken. So you can give multiple lines also over here. So right now you can see here we can able to display as it is. Whatever user is provided, you can able to take everything. So that is the basic difference between next line and next. So let me keep here next as well so that you can use it next time. Yes, this is the next line. So we have many other inputs. Let me show you simple way. So if you see here, if you want to take a decimal number or if you want to take byte, float, so you can able to read almost all possible primitive data types from the user input or keyboard. So let me take a simple example. Please provide input. So like I discussed previously, we will take some of the user details like a name, a city and age. So these are the three parameters we will try to take. So first we will take please enter name. So then what will it will ask for the name and it will wait for the user input. So let me mark this as a name. So name is, this is the one. So the next one I want to take city of the user. Please enter city. So it will wait for the user input. I'm going to save the user input into city. Next, I want to read the user age. So this is the last parameter. I want to read it, and I want to keep that one into integer. So here instead of next line, I'm going to use next int. That's all simple. So this is the way I can able to read int primitive data type from the user input. I can able to save into int age. I'm going to display back to the console. So let me display here age. So let me display here city. So we are trying to read three inputs from the user. One is name, we are storing name variable, and another one is city, we are storing into city, and city is a string, so I am trying to read here next line. And age, so age is integer, so I'm going to keep into integer variable this value, and I'm trying to display it. Okay, now let me run this program. Yes, so now it is asking please enter user input. First it is asking name, so I'm giving just prime. So now it is asking city, so I'm giving BLR India. So next it is asking age, so I'm giving 3 years. That's also, it is printing everything. So it is whatever user input I'm giving just prime, so it is trying to display just prime, and it is whatever city I'm giving VLR India, so it is trying to display as it is. Whatever the age I'm giving, it is coming back and it displaying it to the console. So this is the way you can use the scanner class, and you can read inputs from the user, and you can store the values into the respective data types, and you can use it. Now let me show you one of the another negative scenario. So whenever we are trying to use it, right, so you have to give the value, the corresponding data type should be match. Say for instance, this is an example. So here I am trying to ask for the user integer as age. So if the user is trying to use non-integer value, it will fail. So how it will fail? Let me show you one of the example. Just BLR. So now I need to enter input as age. So generally the age is integer. So that's what I'm trying to expect from the program, from the user input. But in case if user is trying to give some non-integer value, what will happen? So it will fail. So input is mismatch. So this is the way the exception will occur when the user is not giving the proper value. So we need to handle this kind of exceptions. So I think that's all about the scanner class. So by using the scanner class, we can able to read, or we can able to take inputs from the user when the program is running, and we can able to store the values into local variables, and we can use it the remaining program execution. I think that's all about the scanner class, and I hope you might have enjoyed this demo. And if you like it, you can subscribe the channel and to get more subsequent updates. Thank you so much, and thanks for your time.